The real culture in business is what gets tolerated, what gets rewarded, and even more, what gets ignored. So if you start hearing comments like, well, that's how it is at the HRICU, or that's what the HRICU does, random comments like this, that means your employees are cynical. Watch out, because it's really hard to change people now. Once they get to that point, they don't trust you anymore. You have work to do to be able to improve that culture. So why do culture initiatives rarely work? Let me tell you a story. I had a team that was getting really high scores on a survey, like 95s, 96, 97s. One year it was a 98. And I just called bullshit. I didn't believe it. There's no workplace that is that good. And I have actually worked at some pretty amazing places. So when I saw the employees were scoring that their leaders and their environment were that good, I didn't believe it. So we started to do some homework and some digging. Secretively, I ended up creating a sort of a small committee of employees and one supervisor. So not senior leaders, but someone still in management, but not high up. And met them together and would meet them off-site and ask them to sign confidentiality agreements, etc. And they all did. And guess what? Can you tell? Do you know what the real issue is? I'm sure many of you could think of it. It was the managers. It always is. And if you didn't think it is, then maybe you're part of the problem. But even if you have a bad apple as an employee, if you're a manager and you're doing nothing about it, you are also part of the problem. And 9 times out of 10, when there's a really bad culture, the managers are a huge portion of it. So we've got some work to do, and I've got some tips for you to be able to work on that. Hi everyone, I'm Jose LP, and for over 25 years, I've been helping leaders and managers create a little bit more comfort for those uncomfortable situations. Let's get back to our issue. Why do culture initiatives rarely work? Well, one of the number one reasons that you in your organization should do to help ensure that this doesn't happen is, drumroll, put culture on your leaders' performance reviews. It's that simple. But it's important. Employers don't realize how much of an effect a leader has on their team. You know, that day that maybe a manager walks in and doesn't say hi to people, that has an effect on culture. Or when there is a bad apple in the team and the manager just lets that bad apple get away with being late or not doing their project, that's part of culture. So it's really down to leaders. I mean, there's so many statistics and even sayings how people don't leave an organization, they quit because of their boss. There's a lot of things out there that have been proven that really the number one reason why culture doesn't work are 100% related to leaders. So for the guide on what you should put on the performance review, what you should, how you should say things, etc. I have a free guide for you, so just click that link below. The number 2 reason why now culture initiatives rarely work is because of surveys. I mean, surveys are great, but a lot of people just bullshit on surveys because, number 1, they don't feel they're anonymous. Number 2, nothing is ever done with them, or when they are, it's just smoke and mirrors. There's going to be an action plan, but no one is ever really doing anything related to the action plan. Or the managers think the employees have to do the action plan, and the employees think the managers have to do the action plan. So instead of just doing these surveys, you really have to do these 10-minute check-ins. 10-minute check-ins are quick, easy. I can even give you those 5 questions that'll be on that guide. But the other key to it is you shouldn't do your check-ins with your own direct reports. You should do your 10-minute check-ins with other people that don't report to you. People are more apt to sharing information, and you'll get more cues out of things when you're speaking to someone that's not your direct report. And then as a leadership team, you guys can come back together and gather all that information and then find out what you should do on your next steps. So don't forget, we have a guide on those 10-minute check-ins. Just click that link below. The third and final thing to help with culture initiatives to ensure that they can work moving forward is really creating a system that is going to correct bad behavior. Another one, super simple, things that we talk about all the time in HR. There has to be some sort of corrective action, whether that is for the leader or for the employee or for the greater organization. There should just be structure in place that if someone does X, then Y is going to happen, right? And it has to be very transparent. You can't hide things. You can't reprimand one employee in one department differently than another. So your corrective action methods should be in your handbook or some sort of other policy. But I have, again, a more strict guideline or structure that you can use in that guide, and then click the link below. I hope these tips will help you to improve the culture in your business, and I look forward to seeing you in our next video.